So now that we've done simplifying, the next thing that we look to try and do is look to be able to add and subtract surds. And we're going to use some of our simplifying to help us here. So if you're taking this down as a note, please pause the video, take as long as you need to copy it in the title, then press play, and we'll get started. So first case here. The square roots, when we're not needing to simplify them, so root 3, root 2, root 3, I cannot simplify them like I was doing in the last video or like we were doing in the last couple of slides. However, what we can do is I can treat these like variables. So what I mean by that is I can say, well, instead of root 3, I'm going to say that's 2x. And over here I've got to take away x. And instead of root 2, I'm going to say, well, that's a y. So plus 5y. Now, if I gave you that, you can say, right, well, I know I've got 2x's here. I'm taking away x. Well, they're like terms. So that's going to get me x plus 5y. And I can't combine the x's and the y's because they're different variables. That's the exact same way we need to treat these surds. Okay, root 3 is different to root 2. You cannot put them together if you're adding and subtracting. The same way that we can't add x and y together. We can multiply them together, and we'll come on to that later. However, we cannot add them together. So let's now treat this with root 3's and root 2's. So I know that I've got 2 lots of root 3, and I'm taking away 1 lot of root 3, so I'm going to be left with 1 lot of root 3, and I'm adding 5 lots of root 2. And again, just like the same reason I can't put x and y together, I cannot put root 3 and root 2 together. Can you try the one on the right-hand side? If you need a bit longer, press pause, take as long as you need. So we've got 3 root 6, and I'm taking away 2 lots of root 6, so I'm going to be left with 1 lot of root 6. Now, I don't put the 1 in front of it, okay? So we don't put 1 lot of root 6, we just say root 6. And then add to root 7, because root 6 and root 7 we cannot add together. Right, let's try and combine a bit of simplifying with this. Now, 5 root 2 is fully simplified. I cannot simplify the square root of 2. However, root 18 isn't. What I can say is, well, root 18 is root 9 root 2, and I'm adding 5 lots of root 2. Now, the square root of 9 is 3 lots of root 2, add 5 lots of root 2. And if I've got 3 lots of root 2, add 5 lots of root 2, I'm going to have 8 lots of root 2. Can you try the one on the right-hand side? Again, press pause, take as long as you need, then press play to see how you got on. Again, 5 root 2 can't be simplified, however, the square root of 32 can. So the square root of 32 is root 16, root 2, add 5 lots of root 2, square root of 16 is 4. 5 root 2 staying the same. If I've got 4 lots of root 2 and I'm adding 5 more, I'm going to have 9 lots of root 2 in total. Now, so that was if I was simplifying one. Let's see what happens if I'm simplifying a couple of them. So root 32, well, that's root 16 root 2. Root 18, well, that's root 9 root 2. So you'll start to spot in these that the thing underneath your square root, you'll always have some that you can collect. Okay, that's always a hint to see if you've simplified it correctly. So root 16 is going to be 4 root 2, and root 9 is 3. 4 root 2 add 3 root 2 is 7 root 2. And another one for you to try. Okay, pause it, take as long as you need. So square root of 18 is root 9 root 2. Square root of 50 is root 25 root 2. That'll get me 3 lots of root 2, add 5 lots of root 2, which is going to give me 8 lots of root 2 in total. Now, let's extend this, and this is as far as we will go with simplify. So, a few here to do. So, let's start. I've got square root of 54. Now, I can divide it by 9 would work. It would be 9 and 6. So, root 9, root 6. Add, now 75, now that's going to be 25. Root 3. 24. Now, 24 is divisible by 4. So, root 4, root 6. Add 3. Now, 48 will be 16. Root 3. Now, the more that you see these, the more you'll start spotting the squared numbers and the ones that you want to be dividing by. And it is just a lot of cases, the more practice you get, the quicker you'll be at spotting these. So I'm going to have 6 times, now the square root of 9 is 3, root 6, plus 5 root 3 minus 2 root 6 plus 3 times 4 root 3. So I'm going to have 18 root 6 plus 5 root 3 minus 2 root 6 plus 12 root 3. So I've got 18 lots of root 6, take away 2 lots of root 6, that's going to get me 16 lots of root 6. I've got a positive 5 root 3, I'm adding 12 root 3, so that's going to get me 17 lots of root 3. Right, one on the right side for you to try. Pause the video, take as long as you need to work through it, then press play to see how you get on. So root 18 is going to be root 9, root 2, add 2 lots. Now root 32 will be root 16, root 2, and 72 will be root 36, root 2. Now, square root of 9 is 3, so it'll be 3 times 3, root 2. Add 2 times my root 16 is 4, root 2, take away 6 root 2. So I'm going to have 9 lots of root 2, add 8 lots of root 2, take away 6 lots of root 2. So 9 add 8, that's going to give me 17. Take away 6 is going to give me 11 lots of root 2. Now, some questions for you to try. So they're all on the board just now. Okay, again, the more straightforward ones, the ones without simplifying are at the top. So pause, take as long as you need to want to work through those. I would highly recommend you're probably only doing 2 columns worth. So that would probably be about 8 questions. And then move on to some where you are requiring simplifying, like the ones down the bottom. Okay, they're the ones that you're more likely to see throughout National 5 than the ones that are just the square roots. Okay, they were just there to give us kind of a step into this and answers. Okay, again, vital that you are marking any questions that you are doing so that you are checking your understanding.